Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to the first ever episode on this channel for Hot Dogs, Horseshoes, and Hand Grenades. I'm not including the shorts as that, so let's be real here. So let's start it off, get this out of my system ahead of time. Yay. Okay, so now, we come over here. Excuse the mess. We're ignoring that for now. I know all of you that are like me, that's very fun side. But for now, we are going to go... Oop, there we go. Clear that out. Bring that up. We're going to go over the collection of historic automatic pistols today. Now... I will reiterate this. This isn't a learning center to figure out how to make them all work. And my knowledge is kind of half there, half not. It's based off of what I've been taught and what I've learned and whatnot. So bear with me. So, first thing out of all this whole mess. To everyone here, I'll give you about 5 minutes or a few seconds to figure out what's the oldest pistol on this table. And then, once you figure that out, we will go through and I'll show you which one's the oldest. Okay, here we go. Alright, done, whatever. Okay, I'm going to load these on so I don't drop them everywhere. Okay, so let's go from back to front, which ones I picked up first. So, try and get this sorted out so I'm not dropping them everywhere. I really don't want to drop them because it's a pain in the ass to pick them up. So anyway, first one on the table. Webley, 1913. Takes I think it's 455 auto, big caliber. If memory serves, this wasn't around for very long because the actual cartridge blew the prototype slide off. So yeah, that's a fun learning experience for people. Oh, nope, that is the wrong one. I have to remember. It's been a while since I've done this. Okay, so handling, kicks like a mule in reality. I've only ever seen them at like gun shows and whatnot, but they were non-operables. God, I am horrible aim. So hammer right here has a standard slide. No safety, I believe. Oops, that is a palm safety, but it's fun. But this one was made in 1910. It is not the first, but it is a Webley and what? I could barely make it out on there. Webley and Scott. So the same ones that make the Webley revolver. And yeah, it's kind of a fun pistol. It's, you know, I wouldn't want to mess with a real one because they're so incredibly rare nowadays that, you know, one wrong move and you've removed a piece of history. So, well, anyway, next one, and then we'll go to the oldest one. T-33, Russian World War II era pistol. No safety. Pretty okay cartridge. 7.62 by 25 mil, I believe. Tokarov? Yep. At least according to that. That's the small one again. There we go. That is the proper cartridge. It's bottlenecked. The actual cartridge is bottlenecked. So, pretty nice little pistol. It's not anything to write home about. I have fired one of these, and they're not a bad pistol. Recoil's okay. Yeah. Cartridge is alright. It's the same cartridge used in the PPS H41 submachine gun. I didn't expect to hit that one, but okay. And fairly accurate, fairly hard hitting. Again, it's a World War II pistol, so it's not old by pistol standards, but it is something I wouldn't want to mess around with on a day-to-day basis because you don't know what could happen. You know, it's like using any antique thing is you don't want to risk. God, I'm a bad shot with that. You don't want to risk having it explode in your face like Demolition Ranch. But his wasn't old. His was just a what do you want to call it? A pipe rifle version of a 50 cal. So, you know, whatever you can get a hold of, I guess. Okay, so let me go through and remind myself because my memory is crap. So let's just bear with the sad fool doing this. So I am pretty sure I did pull the right pistol out. Okay, I did pull the right pistol out. So, the oldest one on this entire table. Oh, I'm going to contradict myself now because this. I have to double check with that because my notes, I can't read my handwriting anymore. Screwed up my hands too badly. Is the, I'm going to butcher this, the Bochard C93. This really, really funky looking pistol. It's a toggle lock, just like the Luger. And, what can I say? It's basically just a barrel with a receiver on it and a giant spring. It's not bad. It's just whoever's holding the damn thing is the one you got to worry about hitting anything. Not much to say about it. I think it's still the same 7.62, yeah, 7.63, excuse me, by 25 Bochard. Does A and B unlock it? No. Okay. Not a bad pistol. I don't remember ever seeing this in a video or a movie. That was not the one I was aiming for, but okay. Again, not bad. I have my preferred toggle lock. But that one's a whole other ball game because certain people get butthurt when you mention them. Oh yeah, I can do that without looking, but aiming down the sight, I can't hit the damn thing. But yeah, so this is the oldest one. The second oldest one, however, is my favorite. Now, it's not really toggle lock, it's more of a blowback, and it requires stripper clips. This is the Broomhound. I know it as the broom handle Mauser. It's the C96, yeah, C96 Mauser, broom handle Mauser. And yeah, German Emperor, German pistol. Although in media, the Winston Churchill movie about his early life, this is the pistol that he was using. This, I believe, was also used, if I recall correctly from my short video, used in Penny Dreadful, that TV series. Not a bad TV series. And this one is my favorite. I have handled one of these. Sadly, however, it wasn't the... There we go. It wasn't the original caliber. It was the refurbished one that used 9mm instead of the original 7.62 6.3 by 25 millimeter Mauser. So it's a little different than Bouchard. Not really, but try convincing people differently. Still a beautiful, powerful pistol. I think, what was it? The Battlefield. I think Battlefield 1. The World War I one. You get this gun, and that was like the number one I liked, besides the teeny tiny one. A little cricket gun. And it is capable of going pretty fast, because semi-auto works. Put you away. Right. So if we go back, we're going to get to the meat and potato ones. So, next one. Yep, come on. Controller's giving me fits. Or did I get rid of that one already? Or did I not select that one already? I don't remember. Oh yes, the ruby. Where's the ruby? Ruby. World War I pistol. Spain. Very, very tiny little pistol. Takes 32 ACP. So a little smaller than 380. And as you can see, very tiny top sight. Very non-existent back sight. Essentially, you're only supposed to use this when you're like point blank with someone. And 32 is not a bad little pistol. It's just, you know, a little underwhelming. I think, I don't know if I can hit a bottle with this. Yeah, I'm not going to. I can probably hit, yeah, 3 tries I could hit the watermelon. Alright. So, fun fact. This was what, 1914? Okay, I don't get why my controller wants to go backwards when I want to go forwards. Yeah, made in 1914, Kingdom of Spain, World War I. Some use in World War II, but it wasn't that common. Fairly accurate, fairly fast. I wouldn't want to try and full, go like a mad lad on it. So that, as it is. Okay, now we're going to get to 3 that are all pretty much in the same ballpark. Ooh, excuse me. So, you clearly see a Luger, something that looks like a Luger, and something that looks like a Luger knockoff. Well, here's the scary thing. This one, the one that looks like a Luger knockoff, is a P-38. German Reich, 1938. That's when it was made. It was supposed to be a cheaper version of the Luger, and it was supposed to be a standard blowback, not the toggle lock, because the toggle lock at that time had so many issues that it's a miracle it worked half the time. Especially in the later part of the war, when they were getting their backsides handed to them. They couldn't afford to be picky. They needed to get the firearms out there. So the P-38 became the more common one, and they're still sometimes used. You sometimes find them on the used gun market. I wouldn't really want to use one though. I honestly didn't expect that to go off. Okay. I guess it is black powder, so black powder has a tendency to go off no matter what you do. Alright, so knock these other 2 out really quick. This one is the Luger APL-08, also known as an artilleryman's Luger, because it was designed to have a longer barrel, a stock, and a drum magazine so you can do suppressive fire and be able to defend your position. Only problem with that is it doesn't happen all that well. That was the wrong magazine too. Different magazines. So for the artilleryman's Luger and a regular Luger, you'll have this arch cut out to fit the grab button to grab it. And then the toggle lock, there is a, I forgot which country has it, but there's a machine gun that uses a toggle lock too. And it's not a Maxim design thing. And actually, because of the extra length in the barrel, you'll get a little more power out of it. A little more accuracy. The only real thing you have to worry about with them is because they are toggle locks, they get dirty really fast. And they are a pain to clean and put together unless you've done it for a while. And yeah, they're kind of fun. These are 9mm parabellum, so they're 9x19 it says, but it's basically 9mm parabellum. They're fun. They're great all-rounders. Now, the one that also looks like a Luger is a Luger made from Italy, if I remember correctly. What's that? God damn. Okay, excuse me. I'm going to start cussing out my controller because it wants me to go backwards instead of forwards. No, Republic of Finland. So this is a Finnish Lottie, yeah. Finnish version of a Luger. Little different. It's blowback. The whole, not even this part. Hold on, let me. There we go. So this comes back like a standard one, but when you watch, I gotta get a magazine in here. We're gonna waste a magazine. So you saw it slide forward. When it comes back, the whole barrel and slide reciprocate in that thing, but this bolt will keep coming back. There's also only auto and safe, which is fun. If I can get this to fit, there we go. Accurate, capable. I've only ever seen them in museums. But yeah, fun. So, now we're going to get into the oddity. The one oddity that I really love. The Bergenman, I believe. Hold on, let's pull this up. If you get pissed off that I'm using this, my knowledge is bad. I've gotten hit in the head one too many times, so remembering shit is kind of a thing. So, Bergmann number 5. Also a German pistol, but this is 1897. So now remember the C96, the broom handle, was 1896. And the Borchmann, that one, the Borchardt, is 95 or 93? 93. So this is 7.63 by 25 Mauser. Uses the same thing as all the other ones, except this is a blowback. This is normal blowback. But it has a blowback with a little slide-on magazine that's a double stack, or it looks double stacked. Okay, we're gonna get the danger pack all the way out there. Of course you'd be looking at me. How about you look elsewhere? Oops. There we go, that helps. God, I'm never going to get... Oh, that's never going to get old. There's one all the way over there. I don't even think... Yep, there he goes. These, I don't know if there's any still around that aren't in museums, but they are very beautiful firearms. You know, very, very practical firearms. That is the toggle safety. And it literally just keeps you from doing stupid stuff. So, fairly accurate pistol, hard hitting like the rest. I'm more accurate, apparently, with the revolvers than I am with the damn pistol, but that's given. And as memory serves, they can be fast, especially if you modify them. Okay. Final lesson out of the way. This is going to be the final. You know what? Save that for later. Final one. So, bit of history lesson. Both these guns look a lot different from one another. However, they are the same exact firearm, except this one is a machined one. This is the M1911, everybody's favorite 45 caliber war-winning pistol, and one that I actually enjoy myself. 7-shot mag, blowback, catch and safety. You know, fun all around, hard hitting pistol, if you can ever hit anything. So, why did I say these are exactly the same? Because this is a prototype 1911 entirely out of stamp sheet metal. And it was supposed to be a quick, easy alternative that could be mass-produced pennies on the dollar. And I mean, yes, it worked. It's 1947 when it finally came out, so the war was all but inevitably over by that time. And it was okay. It worked, you know. If you notice, it's actually a little bit louder. So it's well, that is a loaded mag. Okay, let's just do that. So, well, why aren't you firing? Because it wasn't loaded. Okay. So you can tell this one's a lot louder, and it's because it doesn't have as much meat behind it as this one. Oop. I guess I got a shell in the eye. Oh yeah, and whereas the safety is a side toggle on there, the safety is your rear sight on this one. I don't know why they came up with that. Anyway, back to the part where everybody actually really likes. Quick lessons. Let's see if we can get to... There we go. If that would work. So, let's get this one out of the way. Everybody knows what this one is. It is a flashbang. Hence the name. No, I'm not going to look at it. And then we'll get the other known one out of the way. German potato masher. Offensive grenade. So, what's the rest of this stuff? Well, everybody knows smoke grenade. There we go. Red smoke grenade. Figured why not. However, the simplest grenades on this whole list is the great granddaddy of grenades. Not the medieval style, that's a whole other ball of wax. Dynamite. Which usually, if it was actual nitroglycerin, if you tried to throw nitroglycerin like that, you'd be in 4 million pieces. Oh, and then everybody's favorite from every video game, whatever. Molotov cocktail. Great at burning out buildings and idiots alike. So, let's go through evolution. Here we have a Mills bomb. World War One. See if I can find it on this thing. Yes, right there. Mills bomb. World War One vintage. Has a screw cap on the bottom. That's basically, you take the fuse out of there. That little screw there is to put powder in it. Pull the pin. Well, you don't throw it directly above your head. But we just fired the cannon with a grenade. Okay, anyway. The evolution of that, which went into two separate directions. Everybody's well-known, well-loved pineapple grenade. Everything is combined in there. The fuse and the powder is already all combined in there, and it's shipped as one, which is why they had a lot of problems. And here we go again. I don't know why I do that. And I took out the stand. And I swear I'm firing the cannon off every damn time. The Russians had their own version of it, which is also really great for booby traps. Don't ask me how I know that. In Roblox, Minecraft, whatever you want to call it. But it's essentially the same thing. A big external fuse, hard cast iron body with fragmentations carved into it. I think that one's called the R1. Alright, and then we get where things kind of went off the deep end. So, softball grenade, M219... What? Hold on. I can't tell if that's a fake grenade or a real grenade. Anyway, so we kind of had this thing where we got softball grenades. Makes it easier to throw. And everything became a multi-purpose offensive defensive grenade at this point. This is our current grenade, M67. Yeah, M67 grenade. The other one was a M219. This is the current American grenade, to my knowledge. It could have changed since then. Smaller, able to go further, about the same lethal radius. This is an old Russian one, RG-42. Don't know if it's still used or not. I think they've switched to more modern ones, like the RG-5 and whatnot. This is the RG-5. Let's see how high we can go. We knock over that other stand. Nope. Okay, we are still... we are still firing the cannon off. Okay. And then you have the whatever the hell this is. This I'm not sure of. The RGO and the RGN. I do not know what countries they came from, but I find it funnier because grenades are getting smaller and smaller, and this is the smallest one I think is in Hot Dogs, Horseshoes, and Hand Grenades so far. Let's see if we set it off again. No, good. And then this one, I have no clue what it is. What's it say? Set fuse, pull pin, release lever, throw. Whoops. Probably something that says do not drop on it. Oh, it's a concussion grenade with a variable time fuse. Probably a fantasy style grenade. Okay, so the real kind of... Put that there. Now this one you see in Wind Talkers, I believe. I believe it's something like it, or it's the same one. But essentially... I'm trying to remember. If I remember correctly, the one... Okay, this is going to make a fool out of me. Oh, hold on. That's probably not the wise thing to do, but... I think it's an impact grenade. Yes, it's an impact grenade. The one in Wind Talkers, you see them hit the side of the helmet and whatnot and chuck them at the Americans. That's essentially what this replaced. This is, I think, a more modern version. We caught it in the act. Anyway, Into the trash? Nope. Owie. And then this one, I don't even remember. I think this is a gas grenade. List says MK4, MK5 gas grenade. Yep, there we go. Usually white phosphorus gas grenades. God, that is hilarious. I didn't realize we can keep repeatedly setting this off. I wonder, can we... I can't... There we go. I wonder, can we still... Whoops, I don't want it on the cannon, thank you. Can we still set it off with nothing in it? Oh, how far can we go? Yeah, can't set it off doing that, but if we use a grenade... Quirk of hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades. Yep. We can set it off repeatedly with those. Don't know how that works. Anyway, I hope all of you liked the video today. It's kind of slapstick and put together because I needed to do something to preserve my sanity. And, yeah. If you like the video and want to see more on Hot Dogs, Horseshoes, and Hand Grenades or other VR stuff, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to do it. And please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, click the notification bell so you never miss an upload. And, yeah, do whatever you can. I want to see this channel grow. I want to see it do well. I'm trying to get more equipment, start to learn more things, and, yeah. We'll go from there. Until then, I'll see you all next time. Well, that didn't go as I expected. There you go, ladies and gents. Grenades are bulletproof. Okay, bye.